Is there a way to outsmart a narcissist when they're so mean and calculated? If yes, how? How can you be steps ahead of them and not feel so controlled and terrified? Let me answer these questions for you in this episode. Hi, I am Danesh, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In this episode, we will learn 5 ways to practically outsmart a narcissist. Before we begin, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to outsmart a narcissist? If yes, how? And did it work out? Let me know in the comments and help other survivors find a way out through your experiences. Stay until the end because the 5th one is going to be the most powerful and the interesting one. Let's get started with number 1. See the narcissist as they are, not who you want them to be. The biggest trap you get stuck in is the dilemma of good and bad memories you have experienced with a narcissist. One part of you knows that the narcissist is a horrible person to be around, yet your other side longs for them, desiring to feel that momentary relief from the continuous pain and suffering. You keep justifying the narcissist's behavior out of cognitive and emotional dissonance and hold on to what I call hopeless hope that there is some light and goodness in them irrespective of their darkness. In doing so, you completely miss the point, unintentionally gaslight yourself, give them multiple chances, and end up falling for their mind games that they play. This can be a very dangerous mindset when you're co-parenting with them or going through code battles. To break this spell, you have to see them as they are, not who you want them to be. Because the potential you see in them or in the relationship can only be seen by you, not them. Concepts like amicability, cooperation, communication, and respect do not apply to them. They are blind to all of these possibilities because they don't think there's anything they need to change or offer, making it a dead potential and all the energy you could spend in manifesting it out of them a complete waste. Except that they are what they revealed themselves to be when you were taken aback and shocked to see their dark side. That is who they truly are, and everything else is a facade. Step back and look for the patterns they kept repeating throughout the relationship cycle. Give yourself permission to see how every single good memory was contaminated by their abuse, how they turned into a complete monster after being an angel to you just to keep you stuck in the relationship. It will be painful to see it as it is, but once you do that, it will set you free. Once you realize they are an entity that doesn't wish well for you, it wouldn't matter what situation you are involved in with them, you will have the upper hand. You won't be fooled by the charm or caring nature they may display in front of your children, and you won't be surprised to see the callous and the cruel side they may show during court battles. The more you see them as they are, the more control you will have over the relationship and the more understanding you will have of what to expect from them. Remember, once you see the enemy as your enemy, it can no longer harm you. On a side note, cognitive resonance comes with trauma bonding, and trauma bonding is a very difficult thing to make sense of and to break from. To help you with the same, I am doing a 3-hour online workshop on how to break the trauma bond with a narcissist, wherein I will equip you with all the tools you need to see the narcissist for who they are. Click this link for more details. Number 2, respond and do not react. A narcissist's power lies in your reactions. They can't affect or impact you if you are in control of your emotions. If you know what they are trying to make you feel and how that is going to serve them. Because once you make the connection, you modify your reactions into responses and not give the narcissist the satisfaction they want to get out of triggering you. An example of this could be you reading a spiteful email sent by the narcissist wherein they are blaming and projecting things on you to cause mental distress. They want supply, and if you were to react and give it to them, you would explain or defend yourself or counter blame them, but that is what they want. That is how they keep you in the spiral. On the other side, if you were to respond, you would scan the email for the necessary information that truly matters. For example, the pick and drop schedule for your children. You would only respond to that, ignore the rest, and document their email as evidence to use later should there be a need. You got to empower yourself and learn to find a balance between your emotions and logic. When dealing with a narcissist, you cannot just rely on your emotions to guide you. Let your wisdom become your eternal guide. Remember, emotions for a narcissist equate to fuel. Learn to master and manage your emotions, and you will become a narcissist's nightmare. Number 3, have well-defined and strong boundaries. I can't emphasize this enough. Having no boundaries is like digging your own grave. I know setting boundaries with a narcissist is very difficult, but you gotta try. You're dealing with a beast that is out of control, and you must do everything to restrain it. You are dealing with someone who is an asshole and a jerk on the top of being a narcissist. You can't let them have it their way, because if you do, they will make a meter out of a centimeter. Meaning, if you give them an inch of a space, they create a foot out of it. If you keep giving and expect they would at least appreciate it, you are setting yourself up for a lot of pain. Do not expect them to respect you and your boundaries. Expecting from a narcissist is like beating a dead horse. If you let them visit your children at free will, they will show up every single day of the week with no regard or respect. They will enter your place, treat it like it is their own, and it will feel like nothing has changed. If you have difficulty creating boundaries, look deep into the root cause, understand and heal the origin so that you can say no and keep the narcissist away and as far as possible from you. In one way or another, establish boundaries to make it clear what behavior you will tolerate and what not. Set consequences for their actions. Be cutthroat. There is no room for leniency here. If you are divorcing them and share a child, make it clear how they can contact you and how often they can see the children. Number 4, don't take the bait. Narcissists love to place blame on others to satisfy their need to feel superior. They love to abdicate responsibility and make others feel responsible for things that they don't want to take responsibility for. Whenever they blame you, don't internalize it. Instead, reject and deflect it by not taking it personally. Their projections are confessions. By blaming you, they try to eliminate their shame and the personality that is a big insecurity in itself. They may point out flaws in you in how you are raising kids and create situations to prove that you are an incompetent parent. Instead of explaining yourself, prove them wrong by focusing on parenting your children properly. Let them say what they say because their words have no true value or worth. Think about it this way. How can someone so disconnected and with no true self give valid and reliable feedback about something or someone? Their perceptions cannot be trusted because they are construed, distorted, and purely subjective. How they see you is who they truly are inside, but they don't want to acknowledge it. All of this extends the first point, which is to see them as they are. If you do, they will lose and the whole situation will become amusing because you will see how immature and stupid their actions are and how much they are unaware of all of it. Number 5, and the most important one. Use their personality traits against them. Sheer objectivity and detachment will make you a dispassionately curious observer who sees the narcissist as a cluster of dysregulated emotions and dysfunctional and predictable behavioral patterns. Your emotional disinvolvement will empower you to study a narcissist enough to know exactly and precisely their push points and how they will behave in a particular situation. After accomplishing everything mentioned earlier, you can control and possibly condition their behavior to a certain extent. This is not to say that you have to become a narcissist to a narcissist. You just have to know what can be used against them to keep them from torturing you. You could use their obsessions like the need to have a perfect image in public against them. You could know what they want from you and how you can feed it to them while getting back what you need. I call this drip supply. You can use their impulsivity and need for instant gratification against them to make them comply. All of this is possible, but you must think and strategize. You may ask, but doesn't doing this make me a narcissist? My reply is, what other options do you have in a situation where you can't leave them? Moreover, you aren't doing any of this with the intention of hurting them. You aren't hurting them, you are protecting yourself. In a nutshell, see the truth because it will set you free. Become emotionally strong. Manage your expectations and use their traits against them to keep them from torturing you. That was it for today. If you found this episode helpful, let me know in the comments and I will talk with you in the next one. Till then, let the healing begin.